What is up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Just want to check the volume because I always have some form of tech issue when it comes to these live streams. And also say hello in the chat when you guys come on. I would love to say what's up to you all. And then let's also get our music going. And I almost forgot. Let me turn on our Joe McFo sign. Almost forgot about this. Let's get this going. There we go. All right. Got to keep it going, right? Let's see. Can you guys hear that? Let's see. Kathy is on. What's up, Kathy? Manette says volume's good. Excellent, excellent. Kira is on. What is going on, Kira? Thank you for popping into the stream. And then Block is here. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, this is cool. We got a good crowd over here. Again, thank you guys for coming on. We're gonna do something pretty fun today. We're going to create a brand new character from scratch. So, as you guys know, I have been doing live writing for Shadowboxers, and what I have come to realize is I need a new character for a certain part of the story. And I was watching a film called Juice, starring Tupac, and obviously Across Spider-Verse. I feel like I should probably get my water out for that one. And I was inspired to kind of create this new character who is going to be Javen's cousin in the story. So that's all I can reveal as far as like his arc and everything goes. But we've never done anything where I just straight up start a single character who I already have an idea for from scratch, starting with the mood board. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't know how far we'll get, but hopefully you guys can give me some ideas. And let's see who else we got. Neftali is on. Glad you can hear me. Megan is on. Hello. Oh, yes, I got to say hello, Joe McFo fam. Yay, this is big, guys. Kathy says, let's go. Yes, my two teammates right here are excited, so that means y'all should be excited. So let's get going. So the reason real quick, the reason I had Hobie on here, by the way, is because I really liked his overall look. I love the design of his hair. I loved like his tall lankiness. And then just Tupac just in general has a very, how do I say this? He's got a very dynamic personality. He's very loud and boisterous. And I think it kind of matches Javen's. But since he's a cousin, he's actually the older cousin that Javen kind of looks up to. I think we can be a little bit more adventurous with the design. So we could add things like piercings, maybe tattoos. We're just going to see what we come up with. So what I've done here is I've collected I'm showing you guys my Pinterest board of character ideas. I should also probably pull up my fashion board too, because that's also really helpful. Yeah, okay. So honestly, both of those boards could probably be combined, but because they're very similar. But let's see what we got. I want to do someone who's kind of tall and lanky. I kind of have an idea for colors. I'm thinking maybe like cool colors, green, blues, and yellow. Not yellows, purples, green, blues, and purples. And yeah, so we're just gonna explore. And hairstyles are totally up in the air. I don't really know what I'm gonna do for hairstyles. But here, since I'm inspired by Hobie Brown, let's start with him. And I'll grab my water for that one. Let's see, Hobie Brown. Across the Spider-Verse. So as I'm building this, right now, my whole goal is just trying to figure out the aesthetic. What is it that I'm trying to say with this character? How is he going to look different from everyone else? And I am just trying to, start with something small. It doesn't need to be anything extreme or major. But right now, it's just purely getting a basic idea. So really like this look. I think Hobie was also based off of Lenny Kravitz a little bit. For those who do not know, Lenny Kravitz is a musician, mostly known like the 80s and 90s and stuff. And you could probably see where he played Senna in the Hunger Games movies, but that's not what he's really known for. Let's see. So he's got this kind of aesthetic, right? He's got the locks and the jean jacket and everything. So I'm kind of picturing this, but just in a younger person's body. So let's get those reference. I'll probably have to move those to the right side since I'm left-handed. Let's see. And this is honestly how I start things. I have like a basic idea or concept in my head, and then I just have to find stuff to kind of support it. So this one, kind of like his pants here. That's kind of cool. Um, oh, this is interesting. Sometimes I choose these guys for different reasons. Sometimes it's the shape. Sometimes it's they're just wearing some piece of clothing that I have no idea how to describe, and I just think it's cool. Um, and in this case, I think it's just more the shape design than anything. Let's see here. And oh, and again, sorry about last week, guys. I was actually exhausted. Um, I was very tired. I had a long week in change. And I was talking to my mom about it. She's like, Jordan, you need to give yourself a break. And she's like, I'm giving you permission to just take a break and just chill. I was like, okay, whatever you say, mom. And so I took her advice. I took a day off. So hopefully you guys aren't mad at me or anything. But I did need it, and I feel much more refreshed now. Let's see, what can we do? This is kind of interesting right here. So yeah. So right now what I'm doing, like I said, is putting together a mood board. And I always do this for my characters. It's usually a little bit more put together. It's usually a lot more clean and organized. But considering we're doing this on the stream, I think, I'll just show you guys the basics of what I'm thinking of. And then we can always just, shift or move a couple things to the side. Let's see. Thinking of another character from Urbance. Any of these outfits might work too. But there's one character in particular, I don't know his name, but I remember the page that he was on in the art book. Is it this guy? No. Maybe this one? Many guys may or may not be aware that most of design, when it comes to concept art, is research. There are projects where you spend 90% of your time just researching stuff and not even drawing or painting anything. So, it is what it is. I may not be able to watch the whole stream tonight. My internet is having serious issues and keep kicking me off. That's okay, Manette. I appreciate you coming on anyway. I will take it however long you can stay here. A needed break, a mental rest. I'm furious. Yeah, man. Get mad at me. It's fine. The only one who has a legitimate reason to be mad is Mark. You know what? Mark actually saw that I was canceling the stream when he was still awake, and so he didn't have to wake up super early. Though he did get upset. You need to recharge your art batteries. Art batteries and every other battery, because I was exhausted. Can you show us a finished character mood board for reference? Yes, good point. All right, let's go into my Shadowboxers folder with all my secret stuff and mood boards, character mood boards. I think I've shown you guys before, but here's one for Atana, for example. And this is something that I may even do after the stream when I kind of get a better sense of what I want. But what I do is I take a bunch of photos from the internet, whether it's artwork or a real person, and I put all these things together, and I even take notes. So, for example, one of the first inspirations for Atana's character or design was Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill has always been one of my favorite musicians and artists. I grew up listening to the Miseducation, Lauryn Hill, and the MTV Unplugged album from 2001. And then she just kind of disappeared and became a mom, I guess. But one of the things that I really liked about her was her hair. And so that's where Atana got her hairstyle from, her locks. And then I just, found references of these women. Obviously, you guys know this is Zendaya. I don't know who these two are, but they got a similar aesthetic. But I knew I wanted the goggles. I knew I wanted a longer face. I was thinking about sweatpants, hip hop, neo soul kind of vibe, African details. And, actually right here, this exact drawing was where I got the inspiration for Atana's cloak, because it's basically just like this. It's just got strapped to one side and the cloak goes all the way down to her lower leg. But that's how I build these out. And, however many pictures this could be 25, 30 images, whatever. So that's basically how I build everything out. And I find it super helpful. Matter of fact, because I'm not finding what I'm looking for, let me go to my art books. Let me go to Urbance. I know what's in here. I just don't feel like looking it all up. Let's see, what page? Where's the page? This guy. What's his name? Wills? Yeah, Wills. So yeah, he had a pretty cool look. I liked his hair, shoes, and everything was looking pretty cool. So I think I could probably take a lot of inspiration from this character too. Might be too many pages to put on my Clip Studio Paint file, but I can always move this to the side. And we'll work with this. I'll even make this window a little smaller so I can even see him. And yeah, let's see what we can do. So the way I envision this character, I want him to be just a little bit unhinged or a little off the beaten path. So he's not like a nice, prim and proper, tie tuxedo wearing guy at all. Oh, let me get my pencil out. And so yeah, we're gonna try and figure that out. Let's see what pose. I do like this pose from Hobie, but I don't want to copy him too much. So we'll do like one hand in the pocket. Block is asking, bro, what'd you think about Procreate Dream? I'm hyped. Dude, I am the same. I feel the exact same way. It is the coolest thing that they could have released because, first off, I'm a huge fan of the Procreate app. You guys know that. And let me actually get some pose references. It's so for those who don't know, it's a full-on animation app that Procreate is releasing in 2 months, I think, and it looks so advanced. I am actually really, really excited to see what happens to it. I saw a sample of an animated short that someone did, and it looked like an old school Disney film, like something from the 70s. It was absolutely stunning, and it was about a penguin who's trying to fly, and he jumped off a cliff, and then he gets saved, and it was really cute. It was really cute and really fun. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, looking at it, and I'm excited to see what comes of it. Let's see. Oh, you know what might be cool? I've never done this before, but let's see what happens with getting pose reference for this. Can I find, how do I do it? 3D pose reference. Mail right here. I don't really know how to use this, but I am very curious. Let's see. Oh, what do you? Okay, so that's how you tilt him this way. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm just trying to get him to like lean on one side. And I could do it myself, but I'm just actually trying to. Oh, there we go. He's leaning a little bit. Whoa, this is weird. Okay, can I get the elbow to kind of do its thing? This is so bizarre. Whoa. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Never mind. I'll learn in my own time. But I want him to kind of tilt this way. Yeah, we'll just have him kind of tilt like that. He's kind of the I don't really care kind of guy. The cool guy that doesn't really show emotion that much. Let's actually just have one hand in his pocket. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh my goodness, Mark, I didn't even know it was you because you have a different profile picture. Hello, welcome on to the stream. I always say I'm a concept artist and not an animator. Now my friends are my butt because I have no excuse not to animate. It's a totally different skill. So if you don't want to animate, I understand because it takes a very long time. And depending on the type of project you want to make, it might just be easier to not animate unless you are really passionate about it. Some of you guys may or may not know this, but like the animated shows that we watch today are generally not actually animated in this country. Some of them are, you know, but a lot of the 2D animated shows like Simpsons and Family Guy and the Boondocks, Avatar and Korra, for example, are all actually animated in South Korea. So, um, you know, I actually think that I think animation is probably going to come back here at some point because you know, I think people are trying to be more experimental with their projects. But yeah, yeah, it was pretty sad. I remember in like 2005, 2006, where Disney let go of all their animators, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not making any more movies." And it crushed me as a 10-year-old because I was like, "But I want to work in animation." And I, 10 years old, didn't even have peach fuzz yet on my lip. Thought that meant that no more animation was ever going to be made. Of course, we're now in another crisis, but whatever. Procreate and only $20. Those guys are amazing. Yes, I absolutely love Procreate for that. They are absolutely incredible. That was Aaron Blaze's work, The Penguin Shore. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Aaron Blaze is phenomenal. I love his stuff. Mark will be happy. This will be a very quinchy stream. The quinchiest. Yes, the quinchiest. I think that probably counts too. I even got 2 water bottles here for the stream. So you guys, I'm not inviting everybody to just force me to drink all the water immediately, but I'll be ready. All right, so this one. So I kind of have a picture for the body type in my head. Ordinarily, if I didn't have an idea, I would probably just do a bunch of exploration, but I kind of have a very specific way I want him to look. So I'm probably going to just start with doing the lanky, skinny body type. Maybe more lean. Like Lenny Kravitz is he's got a little bit of muscle, but it's definitely going to be the taller, lankier side. And, I don't mind him being a clear reference to a character like Hobie or something because, we all get inspiration from somewhere. So, yeah. Photoshop who, Clip Studio who, I got Procreate dreams. Well, I still plan on using Clip Studio and Photoshop. Photoshop probably less. I'm more used to Photoshop, but Clip Studio is slowly inching up as my favorite art program because it just does so much. The only thing that holds me back is I don't know how to use everything just yet. That's the only reason that I'm not quite sure. Or maybe not quite sure, but how I put it. Only reason I would hesitate on any level is because I just don't know quite yet. All right, so let's give him a long, lanky body. Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. I'm going to take some inspiration from something. Let's close this for a second. There is a particular drawing of T'Challa that I know I screenshot. Here it is. And I love how they did this body, and we're going to use it. Now I found it. I think this is Sean O'Neill's work. And he did this really tall, lanky T'Challa. And it's tall. It's the same proportions that I use in my work, but he got to look really, really design heavy. And I absolutely love this. So we're going to take some inspiration from Sean O'Neill right now. And we only need these 2. There we go. No, I'll put that to the side. Yeah. So let's get that torso. The trick to getting him look so lanky is to make everything look pretty skinny. So, like I said, Javen and T'Challa, believe it or not, have the same proportions. They would be different heights if they were to lay them next to each other or stand them next to each other. But it's his lankiness that really sells it. So we're going to use this bit of knowledge to really enhance the design. Okay, I probably need to count my heads as well. So that's 1. This is 2 heads about here. 1, 1, Technically, it's here. But yeah, looking at Procreate Dreams though, it made me go like, okay, I need to learn how to animate again because I'm totally buying the app. There's no way I'm not. There's no way I'm not buying this app. But I'm like, man, it's been a long time since I've actually animated something, and who knows? There might be an itch to just animate a short for Shadowboxers one day. We will see. We will see. I think it'd be really fun. I just have to learn how to use it all again. And I've never made a complete animation digitally. Anytime I've done animation was actually for traditional style. So I actually had paper and really just had to buy a stack. You know, I had to buy stacks of animated paper on cell sheets and everything, and I had to have the animation hole puncher. But we don't have to deal with that anymore if we don't want to. Everything we need can be here or on the iPad. So I'm pretty excited about trying that out. When I saw the teasers for the Procreate event and it said it's coming, and I thought finally coming to Android. No, it was not, but Dreams looks cool still. Oh man, you poor guy. I'm so sorry. Mark, how are you enjoying Krita? Yeah, that's a good question. How are you enjoying Krita, Mark? Will Javen's cousin be a protagonist or antagonist or an anti-hero? Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all his name. Zalam. I named him Zalam. So it's Zalaam. I'll write it out. So yeah, I know my handwriting is not the greatest, but that's the cousin's name. And as far as to answer your question, a protagonist, antagonist, or anti-hero, that could be spoiler territory. How can I say this? He is well, let's put it like this. It depends on whose perspective you want to see the world from. let's just say that. It depends on that. And Megan is absolutely right. Please don't forget to like the stream. Please like the stream, guys, because that helps out the algorithm. We're slowly moving up in subscribers. I think we're at like 866 now. I can check my phone. Let me see. What's the subscriber count? 865. Okay, so I guess a bot got deleted or one of you guys suddenly hate me. So whatever the case, it's 865 now. It was 866. So yeah. I can say this though about Zalam's character. He is an influence who triggers the concern of peer pressure for Jake. Let's just say that. There's a lot of peer pressure involved with his relationship with his cousin. And, you know, in some people's eyes, that might be a good thing. In some people's eyes, it could actually be destructive and really, really evil and manipulative. But he is going to play a very big role, especially in my season 1 arc of the story. He's probably going to play a role in the others as well, but especially this one, you're going to see him a lot. And I'm excited because, you know, he's a relatively new development, but the reason I even created him was because I was like, you know, I want to have these certain plot points and I want to have it be more significant to Javen. Like one thing that I've tried to do is try to make everything sort of relate to the main characters in a way. And I know it's pretty vague because you guys don't know the full story yet, and I sort of apologize, but I also kind of don't, because I feel like it'd be boring if I told you everything that's going to happen the first season outline, and you guys see the comic or whatever, and you're just like, oh, you know, I knew this was going to happen. So that's why I'm secretive about certain things. You know, it's not because I don't want to tell y'all. It's just I really am sensitive to spoilers, and I want you guys to be surprised and like genuinely caught off guard when something happens. And I'm still trying to figure out the balance, you know. But yeah, I figured I needed a character who would really fit a role of being like an older mentor to Javen that's not necessarily Ishnu or his dad or something like that, and can show another side of this world that I'm building. Megan says 1,000 followers is equals Jordan reacts to FMA. I'm just curious, like, how many of you guys actually would want to see that? Like, there's 8 of you guys in the stream right now. How many of you guys actually want to see me react to FMA? Because I don't know if I've ever even like confirmed that I would do that. I think that's you, Megan, just hoping and wishing. Because you also said 10,000 subs and I shaved my mustache. Now I don't want to do that. I've always wanted to try Procreate, but Apple products, especially iPads, while popular, just aren't that available here. I don't even know if there's an Apple Pencil in the country. Oh wow, that's a shame, man. I'm sorry. Well, shoot. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. But as long as you're able to do art, I mean, a lot of these programs do similar things, and I think obviously, the Procreate Dreams app is the hot new toy that's going to come out, and I imagine it's going to have a lot of new features that a lot of programs don't have, but it's probably going to have a lot of similar features to whatever programs that you're used to. So don't fret. You're still going to be able to make cool art regardless of whatever program, even if certain buttons aren't there or whatever. Like Clip Studio Paint, one of my favorite things about it is the perspective grid tool that it automatically has. Photoshop has nothing like it, and I think it's so awesome that it does have that. But it doesn't mean you can't do perspective drawing in Photoshop. It's just a little bit more annoying, Although I'm not sure if Procreate or Clip Studio has a more powerful perspective tool app. What do you guys think? Is it more powerful? Is Clip Studio or Procreate more powerful when it comes to perspective, grid, and tools, or more useful, or whatever? I'm curious what you guys think. That's fine. I can't tell you about all my stories. So we're even, Jordan. Yes, you have to experience the greatness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Amanda says, me react to Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, we got one. Krita has perspective tools too. Oh, that's better than Photoshop right there. Shoot, I should have been playing with Krita this whole time. All right, so the shape of the face, I haven't really figured that out yet, nor have I figured out the clothing. But I got a good pose, and I think I kind of like this body frame. What I do want to do, though, let me grab Javen's file so that I can kind of do a height chart with him. I didn't think about how tall he would be. I know he's going to be taller than Javen, but I haven't really thought exactly how much taller. So let's do this. Let's grab this, open it up in Clip Studio. Come here, my son. Let's move you over. All right, then I don't need these over here. Lasso tool, get rid of this, bam. And let's move T'Challa down there. Javen's gonna be on the same height line. Let's see. Wait, something is really wrong here. What did I do? Okay. I think I need to make my character wider. I think it's too stylized right now. Because Javen's got like this giant head compared to this other character. So I was getting a little too stylized, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you have to make it like balanced, like you can exaggerate to a point, but if things like this happen, like look at his head compared to Javen's, it's like Javen has a way bigger head and he's supposed to be younger. Let's see. Tip the scales a little bit. Okay, and then let's do this. Okay. Probably could make him even a little bit wider if I wanted to. But I still want to keep the lankiness, matter of fact. Just so I can double check my proportions and use my handy dandy height chart thing just because I'm lazy. It's my 8 headcanon chart that I could totally do with my own hands, but it just saves me time just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Me, I want to see Jordan react to that. Megan, you're the one who asked. I mean, I know you want to see it. Crit also has animation tools. Oh, that's dope. Okay. I think Procreate is the best. Granted, I'm biased. Procreate is definitely the most accessible to anybody, and it does the most for the least amount of money. It's amazing. Imagine the title "Professional Concept Art's First Reaction to Full Metal Alchemist" or something like that. Oh man, we gotta find something for the SEO. Sponsored by Procreate. You know, we tried to get Procreate to sponsor our art prof, and I don't think they do that, unfortunately. Credit is free. I see why credit heads are so passionate about it. I'm slowly becoming one of them. Oh man, you're becoming one of the credit heads, I guess. That's an interesting term. Megan, yes, love that title. Would that actually be a searchable title though? That's the question. Hold on, let me change up the music real quick. Let's try this one. Oh yes, we've played this before. All right, let's lower the opacity here. All right. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I think just making it a little bit thicker, just a little bit, is helpful. And actually, the proportions aren't right just yet. Let me see. So Javen's like 5'8"-ish. How tall would this be? This would be like 6'5". So let me lower that a bit. I think that's a good height. That's a good height difference, I think. So now let's scale the head cannon chart. Yeah, there we go. That feels better. That feels better. I think this arm needs a little bit of adjustment. It's too small. Part of me wants to have him have his arm tucked around or wrapped around him. Like, what's up, little cousin? And this arm also needs some serious help. All right. So here we go. So I think that's a pretty good start for his body type. Now at this stage, there's a couple things I could do. I could do some clothing sketches, or I could do head sketches to figure out what he looks like. Personally, I'm more inclined to do head sketches because I think it helps me get a sense of who the character is a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these in a group, and we're going to start doing head sketches of Zalam. So I'll just put here his body. And I'm gonna save this file too before I start messing up. And I'll have to actually create a new folder for this character because he's gonna have a main role. Design _1. I always do underscores with numbers on them, just makes it easier to track. Reaction videos seem to be pretty popular, so even just simplifying to artist reacts to Full Metal Alchemist or something. I love you guys are planning stuff like this. This is so cool. Speaking of free tools, Blender is also inching its way up there for me. I don't know everything yet, but it's not as daunting as it was in the beginning. I still need to get onto Blender. Blender looks so powerful, and I'm too intimidated. Question, Jordan, will Javen's other relatives play a larger role or just his cousin? His dad's going to play a big role, and his cousin's going to play a big role in the immediate story. I think I'm going to find other ways to include like family and stuff. But here's the thing about like families and adventure stories like this. Like parents are kind of inconvenient generally for stuff like this because they're going on adventures. So you kind of have to find a way to sideline them. You know, like for example, like Avatar. Easiest thing I can think of right now. Like all their parents are just like kind of absent. Like Aang doesn't even have parents. Katara's mom is dead and the dad is off at war. Zuko's dad banished him and Toph is a runaway. You know, so it's much easier to kind of have these adventures when you don't have a parent around or like close family. Same with Luke Skywalker. He's an orphan. Harry Potter, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, they'll play a role, certainly, but it's going to be somewhat limited. I don't know about SEO. I just think a lot of people would be intrigued by that title. I also think professional concept artist is a good hook too. That is probably true. That is true. Is this a cousin on Javen's dad's side or mom's side? Good question. It is a cousin on his mother's side. I don't have a name for Javen's mom yet, actually. I need to figure that out. But yeah, it would be his mother's side. So he's probably not going to look like Javen very much, which is kind of fun because I get to play around with how he can look. I can exaggerate certain things a lot. Matter of fact, since we're talking about looks, let me pull up Google again. Let's think of some people we could take as inspiration. We'll just keep it simple. Black actors. Or you know what? No, let's do rappers. Rappers have a really interesting, some of these rappers have really interesting looks. And I could probably take a little bit. And I want to do someone like kind of new school, like trap music, rappers. I don't even listen to any of them, but I could probably find someone. Let's see. I know a lot of these guys. Tupac, Dr. Dre, yeah, Ice Cube. Let me just say modern rappers. Yeah, I could do something like hairstyle like this, or even this right here. This Lil Uzi. I don't particularly like these guys, but they do have interesting looks. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, it's fun for design purposes, you know? And I also have to think about what I would feel like drawing it in again. So like this, I probably would not want to draw this a bunch of times. Look at that scowl. Oh man. One step at a time, it's easy to be overwhelmed, but you don't need to learn it all. And once you start to understand the terms, you can search for the tutorials you need and learn even faster. That is true. DJ Spitz, y'all. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Name her Karen. Oh, oh man. You know what? I could probably have a name that resembles that in this world, but I don't know if that name fits the character. Actually, you know, Tyler. Maybe I could do something off of Tyler Creator. I'm not a huge fan of him either. But his facial structure is pretty interesting. I don't know. What can we do? Heavy brow ridge. You know what? We're just gonna take some photos, we're gonna mash them together, and we're gonna see what we come up with. This is part of the iterative process, y'all. And we'll see how far we get. Come back here, menu. All right, maybe Kodak Black. Yeah, he's got an interesting hairstyle, so I'll pull him in. He's probably not gonna have tattoos on his face, though. I'm not. Probably won't be doing that. Who's another dude? Let's do Kendrick. I actually do like Kendrick Lamar. And let's see, what's one other person we can do? Let's see. Well, you know what? Since he's kind of based off of Tupac's character a little bit, why don't I do this? Yeah, make it come full circle. So what I'm gonna do, as I'm looking at these guys, I'm gonna study their faces and just see what ideas come. I'll mix and match different facial structures. Like, they all have different shaped noses, different shaped brows and hairstyles. This dude's got a hat, you know. So we'll just see what we have. Face ref. You know who else is an orphan? Characters in Full Metal Alchemist. Oh my goodness. For those who don't know, DJ Spitz is from the TV show Smiling Friends. I like that show a lot. I don't know who DJ Spitz is. Let's find out. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I know who DJ Spitz is now. You sent me memes of this, dude. He's hilarious. Amazing. Amazing. Wrong bottle. All right. So let's, you know what? Here. Let me get one other image actually, or two, because I still like the Lenny Kravitz look. Let me get one of his actual full face though. Yeah, he's looking kind of up there in age, getting a little older. There we go. There we go. Get out of my head, man. I don't know what to think no more, man. Let me see. And then let's grab this Hobie. Hobie. Here we are. All right. I think we're good on references for right now. We can always find more. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to turn on the AC because it's really hot in this apartment. I usually have it set on the timer, and the timer just went off, and I started feeling worse about life. So I figured I should turn it back on. All right, so let's also pull up Javen real quick. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's get him up here in the sub view, because I think he should already be loaded in the file. Here we go. Like I said, he shouldn't really look like Javen, but you know, maybe I can get some inspiration from the shape design. Darn it. Wasn't supposed to zoom out again like that. Yeah. All right. All right, let's see. Get some. Let's start with the Tyler, the Creator face. And you know what else we can do? Actually, I just thought about something. I have a stream that I did a long time ago of just different head sketches. And this is something that we can do when we're designing characters, especially if you draw a lot. You can take designs from previous previous sketch sessions that you had. Like, for example, this character here on the top, I might take this head shape. I might, because it actually doesn't look bad. Let's see who else is here. I think these were more studies. Let's see. Hey, Javen's stuck in there, as he always does. But I do like this head shape, though. So we could start with that. And it's not really cheating, because I drew it. So, ha ha ha. Let's I don't have to have very heavy brow ridge if I don't want to. I do kind of like the sunken in cheeks though, and the pointy chin. I always like pointy chins. And give him some big ears. Tyler's got large ears, and Kendrick does too, actually, now I think about it. So let's change the height of those. So Jordan, do you have a limit of how many references for character designs? No, you can have as many as you want. I will say that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes less can be more. The reason I say that is because if you have too many references and they're in too many different directions, it can become confusing. So think of it like a buffet. Like imagine if I say we're having a buffet and it's Mexican themed. You know, you could bring you know all these different Mexican dishes. You can bring fajitas, you can bring enchiladas, you can bring tacos or whatever. But if I just suddenly open it up to every genre of food, whether it's Asian food, Mexican food, Greek, Mediterranean, whatever, suddenly it becomes a little too much. And you're like, I don't even know where to focus. So that can be a problem if you don't know how to organize your reference. That where you could have too much. But otherwise, I don't think so. I don't think there's really a problem with it. I'll tell you what. I would rather have more reference than less, if in any given scenario. And that way, I can just kind of pick. You know, like I don't ever like to just focus on a single reference, and just rely on that, especially in this iterative phase. So it's something we could do. So we could try making the nose a little bit smaller than I normally would. You guys normally see me do like the Andrew Loomis method, where he does like 1/3 for the forehead, third between the brow and the bottom of the nose, and another third between the bottom of the nose and bottom of the chin. But everyone's got a different facial structure, so we can totally change that if we want. And then I'm going to completely defy what Colleen recommended in terms of the lips. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I disagree with what she said. Let's see. You probably give him some facial hair to show that he's actually a little bit older than Javen. When I was, you know, this character's supposed to be like 18-ish, 19 maybe, and Javen's about 15, so, you know, older cousin influence. All I could grow at that age was a goatee and a little bit of a mustache. But I might just give him a goatee, a little something like this. Give him a little earring, just like Tupac here. And I kind of like this Gumby haircut. That's what that's called. I personally would not get that myself, by the way, in case you guys are asking or curious. Because I know some of you guys go like, Jordan, will you ever get an afro? And I'm like, not unless it becomes 1976 again. I don't like having my hair that big anyway. You guys are like, oh my gosh, Colleen, not Colleen. Yes, I called her out. Calling you out. All right, so let's try this. Then we got the Gumby hair. What I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna just start it off with, I might do a flat top. And this is probably a little bit more stylized than is fit for a Shadowboxer style, but I can always bring it back into reality. This is just kind of a, whatchamacallit, a preliminary sketch just to explore. I can always go and readjust it to fit what it is that I need. Jordan, I think you go crazy with locks, bro. Join the cult. You know what? I don't even know how to take care of locks, but I actually, when I was younger, I wanted to have locks so I could look like Tarzan or Keenan from Keenan and Kel. Either of the two would have been fine for me. But I got too impatient. I couldn't do it. There was also a kid in my school who had a serious bunch of locks on his head. Like he actually looked kind of like Lenny Kravitz here. Actually missed that kid. I wonder what happened to him. Ari, if you're seeing this, I hope you're doing well, bro. I haven't seen him since I was like 9 years old or something. So the thing about this is I don't want it to be mistaken for a hat. That's the one concern I have. But this is how the Gumby haircut looked. I think Bobby Brown also had this cut. It's starting to look kind of hat-like. I think I need to put a little part in his hair, make it a little more strong. Yeah, something like that. Let's give him a little bit more of a heavy brow. That, or at least a stronger one. neck is probably a little on the thin side. Let's increase that. Okay, so that's one sketch. Let me actually take this one and revamp it. So let's cut off this hair. And we get rid of some of these. Just start them off with a bald face. And I'm gonna do some things like erase the little bags under his eyes, help him look a little bit younger, maybe even this right here. And probably the long earring. He doesn't really need that. Do you keep all your references on Pinterest, or do you keep it in a separate program? That's a good question. I like to keep it on Pinterest simply because I can use it from my phone, and that's really helpful for when I'm on the go. So you guys you probably don't realize this because you don't see me out in everyday life, but I always have access to my Shadowboxer stuff. So I have my main documents on Google Drive. And so whenever I'm at the store, there are times where I'll see someone walk by, or I'm just thinking about it and an idea will pop in my head and I'll write it down really quickly, or I'll save the reference really quickly. There have been times where, I remember one time I was in class and I saw this guy wearing a jacket. This is before I designed Javen's jacket too. And I was like, dude, that looks really sick. Matter of fact, here, I can show you guys probably. I think it's probably in my fashion folder. Let me see. It's actually the fashion one. Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Man, I save a lot. Yeah, here we go. So I took this photo. This is a classmate of mine. He wore this jacket. And I was like, dude, can I take a picture of your jacket? Because it looks so sick. And I used that as inspiration for Javen's jacket. And you guys can kind of see how that happened. You know, you could, if I showed you this, is it an exact copy? No. But you guys can kind of see where I was going at it, you know? So let's see. I think the chin's probably a little bit long. But what I can do is I can turn this into a nice, healthy beard. And let's see. Could give him some stubble, or actually, you know what? Let's give him a little chin strap. A lot of guys have the chin strap. And then the hairstyle. Let's copy Kendrick real quick. He's got something fun going on up here. He's got some braids going in all these different directions. But he's got like, it's only like 4 of them. He's got this kind of zigzag pattern. And as far as how many of these I'll do, I like to do anywhere between 8 and 10, you know, as far as head sketches go. And from there, I can just figure out, I usually circle the best ones or my favorite ones that I like. And then I will kind of compile them together, make one big conglomerate drawing and just use that. So it's the easiest way for me to kind of do that. So I think these zigzags are actually pretty fun. I'll have to part the hair to be like this. Kind of looks like Snoop a little bit of Snoop Dogg. Tell you what, it's gonna be faster than drawing Atana's hair doing this. So one of the things I like about designing my characters is the variety in hairstyles, because there's so many like Black characters that just have the, like, I'll call it the Killmonger haircut, where it's basically locks on the top and then shaved side. There's so many characters like that. Echo looks like that. There's a dude from Valorant that looks like that. You know, and I see so much variety just in these few pictures that I chose. Like, he's got 4 or 5 braids. His hair is short. He's got, I don't even know what to call this. He just got like Bantu knots that are like extended. He's got a Gumby, he's got locks, right? So there's so much variety, especially in black hairstyles, that I want to take advantage of that, especially because it's mostly, you know, Afrofuturistic, this project. Um, so yeah, I'm totally just gonna have fun with these hairstyles and just see what I can come up with. And I don't want to spend too much time on any one of these because uh, it's just to see where my head's at. You know, I only need 5, 10 minutes on each one, maybe less. Well, okay, I take that back. It's probably gonna be 5, 10 minutes because I think at my fastest I could draw a decent head sketch in about 4 minutes, but it's not really close to realism at all. There's probably a lot of flaws in there, but I could at least lay something down because I've done it before. But when I'm streaming and talking and thinking about design the same way that I am right now, probably not gonna happen the same way. Using go back in here. Uh-oh, spinny wheel. Okay. Yeah. And then, you know, especially since I named him, I gotta think of a face that would fit a name like Zalam. Like there's a certain image I kind of picture in my head. And not all of them are gonna fit, you know. Let's get rid of some of these guidelines. I usually like to keep the guidelines in there, but for now we can kind of get rid of them. And something's up with his face, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like this second one here. I think it's looking kind of cool. Definitely looks like a cousin who would have quite the influence on a kid. All right, let's see. Let's try doing the Kodak Black look with a little bit of Linny in there. Actually, I prefer to do 3/4 head sketches generally, just because. Wait, what's that other Lenny one that I had? I like to do 3/4 sketches simply because you can see more angles of the person. It's a lot easier to get an understanding of who they're supposed to be. But let me do this. Oops. I thought if I moved or touched a layer, it would just move automatically, but I guess not. Okay, that's one thing Clip Studio can fix. Really like the eyebrows on him here, really pointed. But I also have pointy eyebrows on a lot of my characters, just in general. I think eyebrows are probably one of my favorite things to draw on people because they're so expressive. Sometimes a lot of the cool guys, they'll just kind of have a straight line at the top. It's like he doesn't really care. I closed my eyes for a minute and now there's 2 drawings. I like the one on the right. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, you got to stay up. To be fair, this one was already drawn. I just kind of made some changes to the hair. So yeah, this character became this right here. But yeah, that's how it be sometimes, man. That's how it be. Kind of liking that bun in the back too. But we'll see. Okay. I don't necessarily want to do a piercing on the nose and stuff because I think that's probably too similar to Hobie. Although I could do like a stud or something. But I think that's such a small detail, I don't even know if it's worth it. But I do kind of like this hairstyle right here. Let's give him a nice long chin, just because I said so. His hair kind of about to look like Goku in a second. Or Jack. Oh, wait, I forgot. Jack is on my list too. Specifically, Precursor Legacy. Or maybe the third one. You can make an argument for the third one too. So, thinking maybe we just give him a full-on beard. That could absolutely work. Might not even have really full lips either. Maybe it looks like The Weeknd or something. Yeah, like look at the deadness in his eyes right here. He just looks like, I'm so cool. I'm a rock star. That's the kind of effect I want. Another reason I'm doing multiple sketches in particular is because there's going to come a day where I'm going to want to release a Shadowboxers art book. And the more sketches I have, the easier it's going to be. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like some of his hair is kind of tied up in the back and some of it is falling down. So let's do that. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing comments. Sometimes they don't load for a second, so I just want to double check. Make sure I'm not missing comments. I wasn't prepared for how much text is in those art of books. Yeah, well, you don't want it to just be pure images. I like when they explain all the stuff that they, what they do. So that's just me personally. That's I like to read kind of that stuff because it's so helpful. Like there's certain things you just never think about. One of my favorite art books, actually, and I haven't like gone through it page by page, but it's the Invader Zim art book because they go through things in such great detail about like how they like the proper way to draw Zim or Gur or whoever, certain ways their teeth or the edge of their face or hair might look. It might be like, oh, you're drawing at the wrong angle or it's not sharp enough or something. So there's a lot of cool things about stuff like that. This is actually not looking too bad either. It's a very handsome guy, apparently, in this iteration. So he would probably have like some form of stubble if I were to do this. His hair would probably look like how Javen's does on the side, but maybe without the harsh outline. The guy's hair kind of feels like a lion mane. I like it. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about too. I think it does feel kind of cool. I think I might need to bring it down a little bit more. I think it's kind of too high up. The hair looks very regal, like he could be royalty or in a high position of power if Shadowboxers has that. They do have positions of power, and there is definitely a regalness to him in this drawing. I'm not sure if that's what I want, but I do want to convey a sense of power. So, like, that's something I can share with you guys. Part of his thing is he has a craving for power. I'm not going to say why or how he plans to obtain that, but you know how some people are, they feel like based on their life circumstances, they feel like things would turn out differently if they had just, you know, had some control. So that's kind of the direction I want to take this character. And I think it's going to be really interesting. Funny enough, he kind of looks like the king from Dragon Prince a little bit with his hairstyle, except without he doesn't have the crown. But you guys know that the king I'm talking about. I think his name is King Harrow or something. You know, I could add a little ring here. Could even add some little decoration on these two braids here. And this is why we do iteration, because, like, yes, I like the second one, but you know, this one also feels kind of cool. Like, this one feels like a guy who I would respect, you know. I like the current drawing, but it feels like this dude is older than 18. Yeah, I think part of that might just be how buff he is, and maybe even the hair. I'm sorry, the facial hair. That could be it too. So yeah, you know, I'll play around with things, but it's very possible. Like, I've seen it all kind of stuff. 24-year-old. You know what? It's possible, but there are some younger kids who have seen it all too. Jordan dropping some serious story hints today. I love it. Megan, you already know the story, but yeah, I'm trying to, you know, test the waters a little bit and just share a little bit more with you guys. I know I'm very tight-lipped about Shadowboxers, but again, part of that is just because I want you guys to actually be surprised and excited when the comic and or animated show comes out, whichever comes first. Yeah, I hate when people spoil stuff for me, because that I think I told you guys what happened when I went to see Avengers Endgame, right? How it got spoiled for me twice before I saw it. It was so discouraging. Infinity War was also spoiled for me, believe it or not. Like, it was spoiled. Infinity War was spoiled to the point where I didn't even watch it until the day before I went to see Endgame, because I was like, what's the point? I already know everybody dies. You know, and I already saw the memes, the Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good, you know. Still a good movie, but, you know, I wish I could have had that shock. So, it's one movie can make him feel younger. It could give him a little bit of a softer edge here. I think the jaw is probably what's doing it too. So let me raise this up just a tad. Yeah. But he's looking pretty cool overall. I do like where he's heading. So I'm curious, what do you guys, some of you guys were specific, but of the three, which one do you like so far and why? We'll make a more collaborative process for this one. Yeah, because I'm genuinely curious. I'm gonna come back. I need to close the blinds because people will be able to see inside. All right, that should be the last time I need to get up, unless y'all make me run out of water or something. Sounds like Greedful character from Fullmetal Alchemist. Megan, you know. I don't know, but I guess Megan does. Netflix says, yes, King Harold from Dragon Prince has a hairstyle like that. Yeah, see, I think my memory was serving me right. The hair is fire. I love it. But yeah, given a solid 24. Fair enough. Jordan, you'll be 90 years old in a retirement home, still salty about this. Wait, about what am I salty about? What exactly am I salty about? I'm not even sure. What's up, Christian? How you doing, man? Chris lurking here. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Thank you for coming on the stream. I think spoilers are worse for you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about salty about Infinity War. I got it now. Yes, I'm very salty about Avengers being spoiled. That pissed me off, man. I'm still that because it's like the biggest movies of our generation when it comes to superheroes. Because there's no look. I love Marvel. I love the characters from Marvel. But let's be real, MCU is slowly kind of dipping. I'm only really bouncing in for Spider-Man, and that's about it. So, yeah. Let me see. I think spoilers are worse for you guys since everyone can get that cinema experience whenever, and not everyone is considerate enough to think that some people haven't seen the movie yet. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty rude. It's jacked up. I don't like it. And there is a lot of salt. And I will complain about it. So I don't want to do that to you guys. I could literally, if I wanted to, list out the entire story of Shadow Boxers right now from my head, and I don't think that would be good for you guys. Chris is happy to be here. Good. Hopefully, you come back some more too. We would love to have you. Chris, is that a sugar glider in your profile pic? Is it? Let me see. It looks like, is that flying squirrel? Is that what that is? Yes, but not my pet or my picture. Awesome. Okay, so we got these 3 sketches. We all like the hair of this one, but maybe the face of this, maybe number 2's face. I don't know. We're gonna keep trying. I meant to do a Kodak Black thing, but I guess we just abandoned that for Lenny Kravitz. 2 feels most accurate to my understanding as a alum, but I really like 3's facial structure. Oh, so the facial structure is probably what's making him feel old. So now we have a debate. Okay, let me try something. So remember I said I combine stuff? We're gonna do this. We're gonna copy. Let's, oh geez. How can we do this? Let's flip this one. There we go. And then we're just gonna take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. Boy, it's not quite ready. Hold on. I'm just gonna do this. See what happens. Work smarter, not harder, guys. If it's something working for you, why make life difficult, Suddenly, I don't think this hairstyle fits this particular head shape. I think he's probably too thin, but I might be able to resolve it. If I make this a little bit smaller. Let's pull this back. And then let's do the same for this section right here. I might be able to make it work. It's definitely going to feel different than the other one, though. To be honest, I'm not really feeling it. But I'll keep it in the group, Maybe there's something we can do to enhance it. Like maybe even just adding these back in a different way. 3 is what 2 becomes in a couple years. Maybe there's a flash forward in the story. That's actually interesting. Let's see. Something about the dead eyes and distance between 3's nose and mouth. Yeah, there's something about the eyes I really do like in 3. The philtrum, I think. The philtrum is this space right here. The dip between the nose and mouth. 2 is my favorite so far for the character, but I do feel like there is like a young and still figuring out style aspect of 1 that I think fits the character. Yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, but I don't like that. Sorry. Be more specific. Which do you not like, Mark? Just so I understand. You guys have to be so specific on my streams. You guys know how I'm forgetful about stuff already. Or are you talking about this most recent sketch? 4. I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of 4 either. I thought I could combine it, but I think I might have put the wrong parts in. But it's okay, you know, because that's what this is for. It's like, well, for lack of a better example, dating. You know, it's like you go on a date with somebody and you're like, you know what? You kind of smell bad, and I don't really think I want to be with you. Like, you know, you figure this out early on, but at least you know now. At least you know. So, so yeah, that's how we're kind of dealing with this. For anyone who was triggered by the dating example, I apologize. Coming from someone the age range you're going for, no one's looking that good and put together. That's a good point. That is fair. I missed the story of this character, but if he's supposed to be young and you want dreadlocks, you can look at how Ja Morant wears his in different kinds of ponytails. I don't know who that is, but let's find out. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of a cool look right here. Kind of like this. Yeah. Is this the style you're talking about, Christian? I think number 1 is the most convincing so far for 18. I have a miracle condition. I can't help that I smell bad. Oh, medical condition. I was like, what's a miracle condition? I'm so confused. Kathy says, fair point, Kira. That is a fair point. And see, it's helped. See, this is why you got to come to my streams, because now it's been a while since I was a teenager. It's been a while. So sometimes I need a little reminder of how things are. I wish YouTube had a good clip system like Twitch does, because that was a stream highlight right there. If you remind me, I can go into the stream and I can cut it up later on. Yeah, that's a style I was thinking of. Yeah, I actually really like this. I really like this, Christian. Thank you for the suggestion, because this feels like a good happy medium that's different from everything else. So let's pull him here. So I'll show you guys something else I do when I'm creating characters. Sometimes I'll actually circle the parts that I like to remember. So based on what you guys said, we liked this for the face, and we also like this for the hair. We're gonna try something different for hair too. This one we pretty much can cross out. One you said was the most convincing for the facial structure. I think probably because the thin neck. I think that's probably what's helping it too. Did anyone like 2? What did we say about 2? Let me just go back in the comments. 2 feels the most accurate to the character's understanding. Okay, so it might be, maybe I'll combine the facial structure of these 2, or maybe the eyebrows or something. So, but by isolating these things is really helpful, because now I can go like, okay, I can almost Frankenstein it. Like, okay, take the eyes from here, the hair from here, and we'll figure it out. So let's just make this easier. I'm gonna just copy this whole thing again, and then we're going to take the facial structure of 1. Let's delete the face, and then we're going to take the eyes from here in the nose. Okay, and then let's just do the mouth from here too. Let's flip that. Oops, not perspective. I meant something else. Let's flip this horizontally. Bam. All right. Okay, not too bad. Let's get the right color again. Come back. I just want the right color. Why is this not working? Okay, Megan, I need Clip Studio help. Why is it that I'm trying to, oh, wait a second, is this layer empty? Maybe that's why. Wait, maybe this will work if I do it this way. Ah, there we go. Okay, never mind, Megan. Crisis averted. We're good. We good. But you see how I just trusted you immediately? Like, I know Megan's on Clip Studio standby help. I know it. Let me go back to the comments. Maybe Lil Nas too for face reference. That's actually not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Lil Nas X. Number 4, not feeling the combo so far. Number 1 is more realistic, but who wants that in fiction? 2 still seems young, but more put together, as Kira said. Looks like someone a teenager would look up to. Sorry, I was busy clipping this for your shorts. Megan, I don't know if you know this, but I can't click on hyperlinks when I'm in StreamYard. So I'll have to click on it later. Everyone else, you can enjoy whatever Megan just sent. I'm sorry, I can't do it though. All right, so let's take the hair from what Christian suggested just now. Yeah, I think that should be good. Yeah, this will be number 5. And I don't need that layer anymore. All right, so he's kind of got his hair like this. And then it's all kind of, let me see, how's this work? It's like all that is hair and it's all connecting this way. It's like a starburst on top of his head. And then he's got this. I think if I maybe take the same kind of zigzag that was on the second one and apply that here, I think that could work. Maybe I think I need to exaggerate these a little bit more. Maybe have one going in front of his eye like that. Oops. That's too high. The look I affectionately call the pineapple head. What? Okay, now you just messed up my boy. That's funny. Let's see. I'm not sure how I feel about this now. Not because Megan's comic, but I'm just maybe I just didn't. I know there's a way to make this look cool. I just haven't figured it out yet. Ah, where'd he go? You guys just saw me momentarily freak out. I'm sorry. What do you guys think? How's this feeling so far? Liking the shapes in his hair now. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. I think having it kind of cover his eye a little bit too is also helping. The top portion looks like leaves. I guess it does kind of. 10 watching, 8 likes. The algorithm must be appeased, everyone. Whoever those 2 are who didn't like the video, please like the video. Support your boy. I'm trying to do something cool here. And to those who did like the video already, thank you so much. You're my favorite. All right, Kira, our residential young person. Does this feel like an 18-year-old or 19-year-old? Can you try it without the pineapple bits? Like remove the top knot and leave the rest. I could. I could. I don't want it to look too similar to a Tana, though. That's the thing. Like at this point, I'd rather just do this for number 2. You know. Maybe what I can do is this. Maybe if I got rid of this down here. We just have 2 kind of going off. The pineapple bits, my terminology is catching on. Yeah, Megan, you just created your own slang term, basically. One of those is me watching on TV and phone. Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like them on both platforms, if you can. Actually, can you like on a TV? I actually have no idea. Never tried that. That works too. Yeah, I think so. I was trying to, not have him look too much like a Tana, and I think it might just been getting too busy. But this could kind of work, I think. We're number 5 now. Let's save this. Getting closer and closer. I think the lankiness here is definitely helping. This one, you know what? Let me retry drawing 3, but just keeping in mind how thin I want him to be. Kira says, I'm seeing him a bit more, maybe see what it looks like without the definition on the cheek and eyebrow definition. Cheek and eyebrow. The eyebrow. Something like this. He's looking kind of cool. I can kind of getting with it. I can see it. I'm gonna try doing number 3 again with the thinness of number 5, I think. Yeah, because I think that's where I was throwing myself off. Another thing about 3 is it feels too calm for him. I want him to be a little bit more chaotic. It's the only thing. But we're going to try it again anyway. Let's see. Let's just... By the way, I really appreciate all you guys' feedback. This is actually making this really fun for me because in an ordinary situation, I would just be sitting here by myself and passing sketches back and forth to my friends on Messenger or Discord or something, which I love doing. But having all you guys kind of give me your input is actually really, really cool. Now I like 2 and 5. 2 is still up there for me though. Okay, 2 and 5. Yeah, I'm feeling 2 and 5. I also like this one just in general. But I don't have, here's the thing. Cool thing about doing all these iterations, you can use it for other characters, So there might come a situation where I need a character who, looks like basically like this, and I can use it, So just rehash characters, work them for the scenario, and you're good. Death Giving Chan and Ron Jian vibes from Ember Island Players. Ron Jin, is that how you say his name? You would be more likely to have vegan cookies. That is correct. I would be more likely to have vegan cookies. I haven't bought those in a while, actually. I missed those. All right, so let me just see what happens if I do this. It's getting a little bit lankier. I think his chin is probably doing something here. I think it's also the amount. I think it's also just the beard. I think the beard is what's really throwing him off, as much as I kind of like it. So You guys are right. It does make him feel old because realistically, I wasn't able to grow a full beard like I am now up until like 2 years ago, and I'm in my mid 20s, well, late 20s now. But yeah. I just thought of someone else. Anyone remember this guy? Bow Wow. Might be a little too pretty for for what I'm thinking, but he does have a certain like cool factor to him. So yeah, he's got like very little facial hair. You can do a slit in the eyebrows though. That's something I haven't done on a character. Let's try that. I have to go now, but so far the character looks pretty good. Thank you so much, Natalie, for coming. I appreciate you. Um, wow, that helped a lot. The beard. Yeah, I hope so. Hope so. Number 3 has a scruffiness and a feral look to him, like he's been hunting for 3 days. That's pretty awesome. He's got a feral look. I like that. Shad Moss himself. That's right. That's right. It's the eyebrows. You literally shaved years off of him. Hey, I did shave years off of him. So there's certain things you can do to make people appear younger. Like, facial hair clearly is one thing, especially for men. But you can also mess with the bone structure. You can mess with the size of the eyes. There's little things that you can do. Let's say that someone said make them sexier, whether it's a man or woman. There are certain shapes that you can change to add to that appeal, whatever it is that they're just trying to be achieved. So it's definitely a possibility to do all that stuff. So this is number 6. So with that said, how are people feeling about this one now? I thinned him up a little bit, made him a little thinner, gave him less of a calorie intake per day, and got rid of his beard and changed up his eyebrow, obviously. Said little Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor. Let's give him that facial hair from here, like a little bit of that goatee. But you know what I can do? I can give him the Mugen treatment from Samurai Champloo. Because Mugen has like a tiny bit of facial hair if you see him real close, depending on the shot you're looking at. Like this one, he's got little bits of stubble. Actually, maybe I should just do that. Instead of the goatee, maybe I should just give him little bits of stubble. Just like 6 or 7 lines. Because of the nature of the pencil that I'm using, I might actually switch it up to something like this for a moment. Something like that. I don't know what y'all think. So much better. I like it. Yes, we're getting there. We're getting there. He's looking pretty cool. So now the question though, my personal favorites, I'll be honest, I'm liking 2, 5, and 6. Those are my top 3 right now, but I'm not quite sure which combination. Let me see. I still think the shape language in 5's hair is pretty on point. Can we bring that into 6? Yes, let's try that next. A rat stash. Is that what that's called? A rat stash? Oh my gosh. Y'all are cruel. That's such a cruel name. Rat stash should be the max for facial hair if we're going for 18. I get that. Depends who. It changes depending on genetics, but yeah, I can see that. That is so funny. A rat stash. I'm gonna use that term. Goodness gracious. Mark says 2, 5, and 6. There's some aspects of your design depends on your character's personality and stuff you can't tell us yet. That is also true. I think a lot of it. Honestly, I think most of these fit for the character. Like he's still. The stuff that's most important for me is stuff that you guys already know. Like a little bit, older than Javen. So 18, 19-ish. Kind of rebellious, hungry for power, but trying to also make him seem cool, like you would look up to him, but he may not be the best influence necessarily. I think some earrings could help 5. I actually did put earrings on him, right here. Really subtle though. But earrings do fit. I don't know. Some of my 8th graders have really impressive stashes. They look like they're 30. They've been through life. I actually was the only person in my high school as a senior who had a mustache. I was very proud of that. Although, to be fair, some of the kids might have just shaved it, but I had like a full mustache. Okay, so let me go back to what Kathy said. Shape language of 5's hair to, wait. Shape language of 5's hair is green. Okay, yeah, okay. So let's take both of these. Actually, no, let's just copy 6. Let me actually close this folder because now it's starting to get a little distracting. This is so exciting, guys. I literally just created this character in the last maybe week or 2, like really developing him. I just came up with his name like last night or the night before or something. And now we're kind of just figuring him out. So it's kind of awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, the guy's hair. Let's merge that. And then let's take all this off. Let's give him one of those GTA style haircuts. You guys know what I'm talking about, where they start off with no hair and then they get a haircut and then suddenly they have an afro. You guys ever seen that? That's what we're doing. Probably move his ear a little bit closer. And all right. Now for the moment of truth. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's looking pretty cool. I like this. I really like this. I think his ear was blocking his hair, so I got to make it something like this. But I think this is pretty cool. Like, he looks cool yet unkempt. What y'all think? What y'all think of number 7? Oh, I didn't even see these comments. I guess so. I knew a guy who grew his beard long enough to be braided. Oh wow, that's insane. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't even want to do that. Although that might not be a bad idea for a future character. Hungry for Power is definitely 5. Okay, so I'm glad we took his face then. We should see this through to the end. Outfits next stream or something. Agree with me. Yeah, let's do outfits next stream. I wasn't sure how far this was going to go, honestly. So yeah, we will definitely continue this. He's going to show up pretty often, like I said. So I want to get a full look at this character, and if what we can do. And let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments. If we get through a clothing design and get that solid, I'm considering doing a stream where I just do a turnaround. I've never done that on a stream. Turnarounds take quite a while. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I can at least show you how I go about it. So even if it takes 2 or 3 streams, you guys can see what I do. If you guys are feeling that, just say yes to turnaround in the chat and we can organize that. And you can see the whole process for this character. Because typically when I design characters on the stream for you guys, it's a side character like Fufu or like Caleb or Misha or any of the other characters. This is going to be a main cast member. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the main cast member, and he's brand new. So yeah, if you want to see a turnaround and clothing for next week, let me know. Although turnaround won't be next week, I don't have enough time for that. I would like that because you know how I am with turnaround. All right, man, for sure. Okay, good. Yes, I'm feeling 7. I like 7 a lot. Yes, I think we got it. So let's do this now. Let's take this sketch and clean it up a little bit. But yeah, you guys can see the process. So we started off with the Gumby haircut, and then we shifted to like Kendrick's hairstyle. We gave him some locks, and then Christian came up with a great suggestion for the dude whose name I do not remember. What was his name? Ja Morant. And I think that put us overboard into the territory of awesomeness. So, yeah, we can even add to him. Let's give him, like, we can give him some more piercings maybe up here. Down here, he should have an Adam's apple. He's still kind of long like this. And I don't think he really looks like Javen that much either, which is great. You know, the eyes are a different shape, brows are different, nose is completely different, mouth. Everything about him feels different than Javen. So I'm kind of digging that whole thing right there. I'm liking it. All right, let me do a cleanup version of him. Not like tight line drawing, but probably slightly cleaner than what I have here. So in this case, what we'll do, we'll consider this to be his final proof design right here. And then we're gonna copy this. Let's enlarge it. Yeah. And lower the opacity, and then I'll just do a slightly cleaner version on top, and then we'll probably end the stream once I finish the sketch. Let me see. 7, yes. Okay, Kathy agrees. A turnaround will be awesome. Okay, yes, a turnaround. I'm working on one right now, and that would be helpful. Okay, cool. Admittedly, it's probably going to take maybe 2 more weeks to get there because we're going to have to figure out the clothing for next week. But yeah, we'll get a turnaround started. I'll give you guys all the tips I can. That was hair on number 1. I thought it was a hat. So you might have missed this part in the stream. I actually did comment that looked like a hat, but what I was going for was the Gumby haircut that Tupac had in the film Juice. So let me show you the reference. So yeah, that was the cut in the late 80s, early 90s. That was the look. And it's called the Gumby. And I drew it and I was like, you know, it feels like a hat. Like you guys who were here can verify that I said that. The stubble really makes it LOL. Why? Wait, why does it make you laugh? All right, let's see. Let's get a different color, like this brown here. I know how to do it. Tone this down a bit. And then get a little bit of softness in the cheek. Doesn't need to be super sharp. Let me pull up Javen. Let me see. Did that make his face soft? Not really. He's got a little bit more of an angular face, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. People have different, you know, facial structures and appearances. All right. So for the eyebrow, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw the full thing first. I'll fill it in, and then I'll do those cuts later. I believe I have 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, then we're gonna have the deadpan eyes. They're gonna have a whole lot of curve to them. Okay. I would rather you work on thumbnails for redacted, but turnaround is cool too. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, I know what you're talking about, Megan. But this character is going to appear in the redacted, so got to do that too. Wait, we don't have any scarred characters so far, right? Could he have a scar like Ethan Becker? Ethan Becker has a scar? What? Where is this? Where is this scar? Let's look. Does he? I'm genuinely. I don't know if this is a joke or not, but now I'm curious. Oh, on his eyebrow. I didn't even realize that. I mean, there probably won't be a point of dialogue where I talk about this. All right, let's get his stubble in. Time to cook dinner. Hope to join again. Thank you, Chris, for coming on. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy your dinner. He has a scar on his eyebrow. That's why it looks shaved. You know, funny story. I had a roommate who actually had two scars on his eyebrows in the exact same location, and apparently he got injured as a kid, and stitches kind of left the scar there. And then several years later, he got another injury on the opposite eyebrow in the same location, and so the doctor stitched it up to to make it match. And so he just kind of walked around with like a portion of his eyebrow just missing on both sides. It was absolutely amazing. And I would ask him questions like, "Yo, were you born like that?" And he's like, "Nah, let me tell you the story, bro." I was like, "What are the odds?" All right, so let's do the hairline here. Here, and then give him some piercings right there and there. And make sure I copy the same method for eyes that I use for all the other characters. All right, and now I have to decide how many like bumps to put on the hair right here. Wow, symmetrical scars. Yeah, you know, I could do that for him too. Take some inspiration from my friend. Let's see. So there's going to be one piece here. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not losing the spirit of this design, because sometimes that ends up happening when you're doing the cleanup. Okay, I think I lost a little bit in the deadness in the eyes, and the brow is a little bit more angled. So let's fix it. Whoa, wrong layer. Wrong layer. Let's have this be a little thicker at the top. Oops. Let's have this be a little bit more angular. We can afford that for him. Give him a regular hairline, unlike my boy Javen over here. And then we'll probably do some Boondocks inspiration for these, kind of If you look at Riley's braids in the Boondocks, it's kind of got this sort of triangle in here. And then, you know, we could still add some of the details that were in the Lenny Kravitz look. Maybe I should pull up that reference. That'll probably be helpful. There we go. I gotta make a specific number of how many strands he's got up here. Does he look a bit like a roller skate guy? This my character, Zalam? I don't know, does he? Getting late on the East Coast. Great stream, Jordan. Looking forward to next week. Thank you, Megan, for coming on. Appreciate you. Say hello to your husband for me. We're going to end here soon anyway. Only got a couple more lines to put down. Plus, I got to get ready for my class tomorrow. Semester starting back up, teaching character design. I'm looking forward to it. If any of my students who are currently in my class this semester, hello. I highly doubt it because they don't even know I have a YouTube channel, but still, maybe they'll watch the replay. All right. I think we're looking pretty good. Then let me just do one last thing here. Just make this brush pretty big, and I'm just going to give him a nice little treatment for the hair. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to come and clean this up. Then do a little bit here. Then what I'm going to do, I'll take this and I'll copy that one more time. There we are. Yeah. All right. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Do a little bit of erasing on this right here. Coming down that hard. I was trying to get it to be a little softer, but that's fine. I don't know what I mean. Let me double check some things. Let's get this ear to be a little higher. Bam. And then just for fun, we're gonna add a couple shadows on them. And let's get a harder brush. I don't have a layer to clip it to, unfortunately, but that's okay. All right, there we go. That is Salam. There we are. I'm excited by this. Um, no, does he look like the toilet paper necklace character? I forgot his name. Caleb. Oh, okay, got it. Does he look like him? Let's see. Where's that file? Shoot. I don't know where that file was. And I think I just deleted the screenshot I had of him. Let me go in my trash bin. Oh, wait, there he was. Let's pull him in. All right, let me get rid of the colors for a second. That can be distracting. Does he look like him? Not this one. I mean, I think they look different enough. I mean, they're about the same age, so there's that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, let's do a quick walkthrough on what we did today before we close out. We found some reference, first of all, and then we did just this general body sketch. So I kind of had him with one hand in his like jacket pocket. So relatively thin guy. And then we did all of these face sketches to figure out our look. And then we came out with this as the final result for Salam's character, who is Jabin's older cousin. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the progress we made in just 2 hours. This is actually pretty cool. And obviously, this doesn't have to be the final. We can always go back in and change little things. I don't know how I'll feel next week. I might have some new ideas for how to make him more unique if he does feel too close to Caleb's design already. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on to the Joe McFo Show. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next Sunday. Peace.